and you do have some kind of person that's overseeing it that might not be the greatest instructor. So yeah, you got to look at the person that's there, kind of day to day, helping you and teaching you, and then what are your training partners like? I mean, if you think about it, there was a long time where I mean, I learned 90% of my jiu-jitsu from you, right? And I had great instructors, but I trained with you. I wasn't trained. My instructor, when we were at Fabio's teaching everyone, and he's training with everyone, and he definitely taught me a lot, but I was training with you every day, and you were the one that was like telling me, hey, don't do this, do that. So you got to look at your training part. What are your training partners like at your gym?
Yeah.
First Fabio used to kick us off in that. You have no social.
We have that here too. We got like little cliques of guys, and they train with their group, and they get really good because they have a little core group of guys that they train all the time.
Yeah, this happened recently. Someone I've been training, a friend of mine, he's a retired cop, and one of the places close to where he lives, he went there to try it out, and he said it was just it was kind of a bully environment, and that's not really how I train my guys and my girls. So that wasn't for him. Now for someone else, that might be looked at as competitive and really cool. So it was all about perception. I mean, that I would never say that is a pretty good head instructor, by the way, but wasn't for him. So I think if someone goes and actually, if the instructor of the school didn't know you were from the town that you were at, not really saying to lie, but just whenever say you want to pay for a day pass or you're just looking around and don't really let them know you're from that city, so you don't get the sales tactic. You just get to try it out, see what you think. You pay the day pass or whatever. And if there's more than one option, you see which school you vibe with. In my opinion, that's a good way to start.
Yeah, and there's not really too much of a threat of someone being a fraud anymore.
Yeah.
Just a straight up fraud.
Used to be.
Where I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and really they're not a black belt. They haven't trained. They really don't have much game, and they're
on
just
YouTube.
liars.
If you type in fake black belt on YouTube, I mean, there's an and it's funny. I guess it's comical. You get the guy who obviously off camera was caught with some BS, and now on camera he's like, "Well, I don't want to roll," because to someone who's done jiu-jitsu, you really cannot fake that. You just can't. Even if you're strong, athletic, you could actually look like it when you walk around. You can get fake. In Brazil, there's guys who get fake. Well, it's actually a real call out here, but they actually damage their ears on purpose. It's a real tough fighter coming off fight. That actually happened in Brazil.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, in Brazil, girls don't notice like your ears. It's a different culture. So maybe they get even plastic surgery for that. Seriously, I don't know, but I've seen it in Brazil where that's happened a few times. Although most guys don't do that. Most guys are call players. There's a reason behind it.
I bet you cauliflower in this face.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next good insult in Brazil. I'll figure out how to use that.
Yeah, there's and the whole idea, like the old school idea of like being a fake black belt in some random martial art. Isn't it crazy that you post a lot of these on your Instagram, like the fake. What is that?
Listen,
like when someone they blast their chi out of their palm and like 5 guys fall to the ground flailing.
they're funny, but really,
Is that just like human psychology hypnotism type thing?
I've heard that before. That there's a willingness to want to blend in with the other people around you and acceptance. I don't know, or maybe it's weakness. I don't know. This kind of stuff can be dangerous because, okay, for self-defense training, I do have students that come in, especially sometimes females who just want to learn self-defense. And of course, they really should learn grappling and continue doing it. It's hard to learn grappling in 5 days. But there's workshops we do, and they help. They're better than nothing.
They're a good launch pad.
They're
for a training career.
Exactly. For anyone, male, female, whatever.
Yeah, because if anybody thinks you're going to get good at fighting in 5 days, you're wrong. That's just wrong. It's like trying to get good at playing guitar in 5 days or trying to get good at playing chess in 5 days. It's not going to happen.
Jocko, what do you think about these in the magazines and when you see Navy SEAL, U.S. Army Ranger, hand-to-hand combat system? You come on, deadly machine in 5 days. Or money back guarantee.
Yeah.
That's just gotta be like cringe.
Yeah. Do those things still exist?
I've seen a few of them, not as much as before.
Probably because magazines don't really exist as much as they used to. But like back in the day, Soldier of Fortune.
Oh yeah.
And
ninjas.
And like Black Belt magazine. And there were some legit things in there, just like there was legit things in so.
Original. Giving up easy underhooks. Underhooks are dominant grips you should always be searching for yourself.
Last 5 emojis.
So I was just kind of talking with some students the other day about injuries that we've suffered in jiu-jitsu over the course of our training time. First of all, if you get a little noisy, I apologize. It's about 9:30 at night on August 11th, which is a Sunday. And this is really the only free time I have this week to do a video. But it's hot as hell. It's probably about 95 degrees outside right now, and there's a fan blowing right now. So hopefully this sound's coming in okay. I'm gonna talk loud so I can make sure you guys all hear it. I didn't feel like doing it in the car today, so I thought I'd just do it out here. But injuries that have been suffered over the course of training. Now, I think I recounted once a while back when Master Dave and I were in Arizona, and we couldn't, in Sierra Vista, Arizona, there's nothing going on over there. We're in a hotel, we got up, and we wanted to go down to Starbucks and grab some coffee. Well, the nearest one was a mile away, mile or so, a little more maybe. Tried to call an Uber, nothing. Tried to call a Lyft, nothing. So we decided to hoof it over there. While we're walking, I'm walking, for a moment I was behind Dave, and I noticed that when he walks, it looks a little labored from the way he walks. He doesn't have a flowing walk. I wondered if that's the case with me as well. Because I know he's had some knee injuries over the years, and I had asked him, I said, hey Dave, tell me this. With all the injuries that you have sustained over the years, if we could go back to 33 years ago when you started, and I could tell you, 33 years ago, this journey that you're about to embark on is going to result in a number of injuries to your body. Knees, shoulders, neck, hip, all kind of stuff. Elbows, hands. What would you do? He says, knowing what I know now, I would do it all over again. I thought about it and I said, you know what? The same thing with me. It's weird because when I was growing up, I had a single mom growing up. I saw my dad, so they were divorced there. But I lived with my mom. My dad lived on the other side of the island. My mom would not let me play contact sports. When I wanted to do martial arts, she had me do judo, not karate, because she didn't want me punching and getting punched. So I guess she thought getting me hit by the ground was better. So I did judo, and she let me do wrestling. She didn't let me do football, but I decided in middle school to try for the intermediate school football team. And she says, you can try out, but if you make the team, you can't play. So I had to quit that, right? But when I got old enough, when I was in college, 1989, I was 19 years old, I guess, I started jiu-jitsu, and I come home busted up. And
There's
she
two
I protected
Kashivas.
you all these years, and now you come out like this. But the thing is, you all know, just like I do, the injuries are part of the fun. There's a part of the cost of doing business in jiu-jitsu. The time off,
One night.
it's hard to do because you kind of want to train the whole time. But you know that it's necessary for you to be able to go back. And I can tell you guys this. Those of you who are suffering injuries now, heal your injuries. Don't worry about the time off because really, if you learned right, you will not forget the jiu-jitsu that you know now. In fact, what happened with me is every time I took break, and a lot of times my breaks weren't injury based, they might have been just because life got in the way. And that's another thing too. If you have other things in life that are more important, family, your children's got games that you want to attend, by all means do it. Earning a living, right? All those things have to come before jiu-jitsu. Take that time that you need off. But when you come back, just know that if you got up to say at least a good blue belt level, you're not really going to forget all that much.
Yeah,
And it
but-
might take you a month or so to kind of get your timing back. After your body starts moving, you're going to go, oh yeah, I remember this. It'll all come back. Your body, if you've got everything into your central nervous system, you will know it. So if you get an injury, and I'm just saying this because 2 of my students just mentioned to me that their knees are kind of hurting. In fact, one of them I heard pretty loud pop.
Ah!
I'm thinking
Oh,
whatever
you-
it is, it's kind of holding on like a little fire. But that's just kind of how it goes. Everybody's kind of wondering, no risk. There are going to be a lot of injuries. Especially what happens as you get into your older years, you'll find a lot of the different wear and tear items that you'll feel. You may not have gotten any injury, but you're just going to feel your body's kind of worn and torn. But you will be in better overall health by training continuously than you would have been had you not. That makes sense. The injuries, at least for me and for Dave, have been well worth it. And knowing what we do now, we would both do it all. Because I look at myself now, you know, I do kind of take a little bit here and there, but by and large, I'm in great health. I don't have any pressure, you know, any high blood pressure. I'm not on any kind of medications. I can't say the same for a lot of people that I went to high school with. A lot of them are overweight and they're very sedentary.
You would.
They're on medication. They don't have any kind of activity that they do that they continue on through life. And jiu-jitsu is one of those things you can continue on through life. Now, here's a funny thing that I heard about injury. Remember a while back I did a video on cauliflower ear about how I think I made a joke about it. I said, you know, I tell students who are, you know, oh my ear, you know, let me get it fixed and all that. I said, don't worry about it. You know, they're like, oh no, like, you know, don't train with it. Don't make it worse, but don't fret about it. You know about the headgear and all that. And so I'm not giving anybody who wears headgear any problem. Because I wore headgear for 10 years. I only stopped wearing it because I forgot my headgear. I had already replaced 2 or 3 of them.